I'm Chef Jess, and today we're making Spanish paella. Paella is the most well-known dish here in Spain, and we're actually located in Spain in the Mediterranean on the island of Mallorca. So what's unique about paella? Paella is actually considered by chefs from around the world as being one of the most difficult dishes to make, and I'm going to show you how easy it is at home to make in your own kitchen using, yes, frozen vegetables, canned and jarred vegetables. So is paella traditionally vegan? Well, no. Traditionally it would have things like rabbit or fish. Or if you look back into the history books, it was actually made by the farmers with field mice. Sounds a bit gross, doesn't it? But yes, it was the case, and they used to disguise it as the rabbit in the dish. So whereabouts in Spain did this dish originate? Well, it was actually from Valencia. So this dish that I'm sharing with you today, I was taught by a traditional Valencian chef, and he taught me a few tips and tricks that are going to make this paella even better. Now, I told you this dish is super low cost to make, and I'm going to just review some of those ingredients with you. So I did mention that I'm using some frozen vegetables. This time at the moment, really hard to get to the grocery store, so I actually have some frozen mushrooms, some beans, I had some peppers as well, and then I cracked open a jar. So we've got some veggies here. I also have some frozen beans or jarred beans. I have some sweet paprika, some saffron. I also have some rosemary, which I took out of my garden, some tomato. This is a tomato frito, but you can also use just tomato, pureed tomato. We have some garlic, and I'm just using a bouillon cube for my stock. And then this over here, this part is a little bit special. This is our paella rice or our bomba rice. But if you can't get this where you are, you can just use a short grain rice. So first up, we need to start with the stock. So traditionally, the stock would be made with animal parts or fish parts, but today I'm using a chicken stock cube, and you might be saying, Jess, why are you using chicken stock? Chicken isn't vegan, but this is completely vegan. It's just got the flavors that chicken would have. So I'm just going to put that into my water here because we want to make sure that our stock is nice and warm. So if you're going to make a paella, you need to have a paella pan. Otherwise, it wouldn't be a paella because paella is talking about this type of pan. So to our paella pan, over kind of like a medium heat, we're going to put enough oil that it's going to coat the bottom of our pan. So the order in which we put our ingredients in is very important, I've been told by my Valencian chef. So next up we have our garlic, which I have crushed. I'm going to put that straight in, and then as soon as we can start smelling it, then we're going to put our tomato. Yeah, so that smells good. So we're going to put our tomato on top just to stop that cooking process so our garlic is not going to burn. Next, we're going to put our sweet paprika. So it's smelling good already. So now we're going to add our vegetables and our beans. And we're going to cook this off for about 5 minutes or so. So as I mentioned before, this is one of the most difficult dishes considered by chefs around the world to make, the paella. But if you follow these steps, you'll learn to know that it's actually quite easy. So I'm also going to be putting in some rosemary because this grows all around the Mediterranean, and you do often see a lot of paellas using rosemary as well, but you can use any type of herbs that you like. Now there's a few ingredients out there that you're not to use in a paella. I'm told it's a big no-no. Never put onion, yes, never put onion in a paella. It can be in your stock, but never in your paella because it's going to open your rice. Another thing is a lot of people serve paella with lemon and parsley. So those two things are not traditional at all. These are things that you'll often find putting on paella for tourists. here in Spain. So if you ever see it with lemon, you know it's a bad paella because it's trying to cover up the smell of the fish. So what's the right time of day to eat paella? Well, only at lunchtime and usually on a Sunday. So for all the rest of us in the Western world, we have like a Sunday roast. This is kind of the Spanish version. They will have it on Sunday often with their family at lunchtime. And if you ever see people eat paella at nighttime, you know that they're not Spanish. So next I'm going to put my saffron in. So saffron is one of the most expensive spices in the world, but as you can see there's not much in there. I've only put a tiny pinch and I've just put it in some cold water. So we're going to add that in. That's going to give a beautiful colour and also flavour. And then our rice. So straight in our rice. And next what we're going to be doing is we are going to dance with it. So you heard right, yes, we want to dance with the rice. So we want to make sure that we have a little bit of rice, a little bit of vegetables, and then we want to make sure that it's all even throughout our pan. So this is going to cook evenly when we put it into the oven. Okay, so that stock that we've had here, we're going to add that now, a nice hot stock, over the top of our paella. And we kind of need enough to cover it. So as you can see, it's very, very shallow in my pan. Don't be tempted to put more rice in there because a good paella, a traditional paella, should only be 2 fingers thick. So you may have seen around the world people making paella in the streets over big flames, big fires. And that is the traditional way to make it. But here at the Academy, we don't have open fires in here in our kitchen. So I'm showing you the simple way of making on a stovetop in the oven. So this is also another way that they often do it in restaurants here in Spain. So now to make this visually appealing, I'm going to put some artichoke hearts. And you want to just decorate those all around your paella. Pop it in your preheated oven for about 12 to 15 minutes and then we're going to take a check. So is there a fancy way to plate this dish, paella? Well, no. As I mentioned earlier, this was a dish that was often eaten by farmers, so it's a peasant food. But as we know, a lot of those peasant-style foods are so popular around the world. We call them comfort foods because they are very comforting and we love them, and it's one of those things that brings us back to the things that we love. Okay guys, so our paella came out of the oven and I just put a tea towel on the top for about 10 minutes and that's going to actually do the last bit of the cooking. Let's take a look. Ah, look at that. Okay, so how paella is traditionally served is we want to make sure that we incorporate all those different textures in there, and on the outside you get this nice crispy texture. We're going to mix that all in so everybody gets a little bit of everything. And the name of that crispy texture on the outside is called sokora. Alright, so let's give this a try. That's delicious. So I want you guys to give this a go. Let me know in the comment section below what vegetables you found in your freezer to make your paella, and I'll see you next time. Bye!